came down. Bad chicks, they from down south. Hey, what you want? Yeah.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, BQ Quick Review. I'm your host, BQ, and today we're going to be doing a reaction video. And today I'm with my guest. Introduce yourself.
My name's Young.
Yeah, you guys have seen him in other videos. Don't act like you don't know. But for the guys who are new, this good friend, he brings on a nice, good perspective.
Wait, good friend? I thought I was your best friend.
Oh! This is my best friend.
That's
who I've
better.
known
That sounds
since.
better.
Oh, shut the hell up! I'm tired of this guy. You know what? Let's just get on to the video. The name of this video is 4 Things You Should Never Say to a Woman. Yeah, let's get right into it.
Let me get y'all's opinion on something. So about a month ago, I put out this video that just went viral.
I was hoping we were going to do this.
Me too.
Could you be with a woman who makes 3 times your income?
I mean, that just sounds like it'll end in term.
Could you be with a woman that makes 3 times your income?
Damn, we're already pausing this. I think I could. But I think that I don't think I would want that for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the mindset that I have would not match with that right now.
Why?
Because I'm not ready to be submissive. It's not who I am.
Wait, so does that mean like whoever's making more of the money has to be the dominant one?
Absolutely, because they're the one being the provider.
Yeah, so they're gonna
the primary provider.
Yeah, so they're gonna bend your ass over. No, I don't think. I think. I don't agree with that, but I'll continue in the video. Let's keep it going.
Could you believe that a young lady would not date me because I told her it's not in my budget? She didn't return a phone call. She ain't do nothing. And I'm sitting here like, well, what the heck? Y'all, she didn't text me for 2 months. Keep it live. We'll be right back.
What you think about that so far?
Well, damn, I'm feeling like I'm one of those feminists, but if you tell a woman you're not in my budget, I mean, it's gonna come up, but I feel like there's a better way to do it, I guess. Just feel like that was a little bit direct, and you basically just said, oh, you're not my, like, you're already assuming that she's materialistic, and this is what she, unless she had brought it up to him, about if he had any, like, what you call it, if she said, I like these to do a lot of these kinds of stuff. He could have said, well, right now we're in a stage of my life where I'm not making as much, to do certain things. I'm working towards that, but right now that's not the case. But he just flat out said, you are not my budget. Like,
he said, you are not in my budget?
He said, you are not part of, you, or, what he said about his budget, right?
Let's keep it going, because I feel like there's more to it.
So check this out, y'all. Check this out. I already have a video out talking about a young lady who wouldn't date me because I don't have a credit score. And I'm not going after ladies. Let me say this right now. But I do have a problem when young ladies try to play your boy. Like, what in the world? So you guys know me. I budget. I budget every single month. At the end of the month, I always, list in my cash flow. Then I also put out what I have going out. Inside of my budget, because I am a single man and I'm dating for a purpose, for marriage, I do have a line item for dates. That line item is not a lot. I'm not going to give you the particular number, but it's not that much. So about a few months ago, I took this young lady out. We went out to dinner. She texted me. She says, hey, first date was cool, but can we go to this particular restaurant next weekend?
Yeah,
that right there is
that's a big no.
Yeah,
that's a big no. That's like I'm gonna let you go right after this. I just want to say you can't request places when you're not giving anything to it. Like, that's crazy. That's bold.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, if you first of all, I've had people request let's go here to this place, but it was more of like a gesture where, hey, you paid for the first date. I really had a good time for you. I want to take you out this time, then that's okay. My thing is, if you request to, hey, let's go out or let's go this place, my rule is whoever asks who out has to pay. Now, me personally, I might still pay, but I just like the gesture. But the rule for me is whoever asks who out has to pay. That's my opinion. Unless it's the first date.
I'm not really. That's not something that I think is very important. I'm a gentleman. I think I believe in chivalry, whatever, sue me. But I don't mind not paying. That's not the issue. But you're not going to request, you're not going to request anything. Like,
that too,
you can say, hey, we're not going somewhere a little, more. You can say, I would like to go out to eat. I would like to go dancing. I would like to do an activity. But to specifically point out a place, and then
that's sus as hell. That's not sus. Bro, that's not sus.
I'm not your father. Anyway.
I didn't respond because I wanted to go home and check my budget and make sure that, okay, I can afford it inside of my budget. So when I go home, I realize there's a line item in my budget for dating. So I asked myself, all right, do I tell her the truth? Like, I was thinking about just lying, y'all, to be real. I was gonna be like, can't go, I'm busy. But then you know what? The Holy Spirit said, no, don't lie. Show her the caliber of man that you are. So I sent her a text message that says, hey, unfortunately, I can take you out next weekend, but I can't take you to this particular restaurant because if I do, this would take me over my dating budget for the month. I would be more than happy to budget this in for next month if we are still dating. So I send it, and I got an iPhone. And then on the iPhone, y'all know how it happens. When they start typing, that big old bubble come up with a ... I'm thinking like, okay, cool, we good. Then the ... goes away, and nothing comes in. And I'm sitting there, I'm emotional, like, dang, did I just play myself? Dang, did she just play me? Y'all, she didn't text me for 2 months. She didn't return a phone call. She ain't do nothing. And I'm sitting here like, well, what the heck? How is she gonna sit here and say, you know what? I can't respond to that because a man's gonna stick to his budget. That's sad.
Well, she is within her right to do that, and it's like, I don't see no problem with that so far. Of course, that sends up like red flags for me, but still, she's not obligated to be like, you know what, let me still fuck with this dude, just because he don't have a budget or this and that or whatever. Somebody don't feel like fucking with you, leave them at that.
I mean, when you speak like things are arrangements, then you can't be mad when people like have that kind of attitude. Like I'm a person like, oh yeah, we can hang out and stuff like that. Let's go somewhere. Let's have a good time. Like probably not there. Like probably something a little more chill because right now I don't got it like that. Whatever, that's fine. But to sit here and say, yeah, that's not in my budget. It's like you're trying to sound like, to me, that's just a little pretentious. It's like you're trying to sound, you're being honest. But the way you're doing it is like you're trying to be professional. You don't have to be professional in a relationship in that way. To me, this is not like this is not your business partner, or you're not settling arrangements like, hey, yeah, we'll just go here. To me, that's already making anything that comes after it a little more colder, give it a colder feel. So, I mean, like you said, okay, well, we're on a schedule. I have this time and I have this and that. It's like, all right, like you just cut out all of maybe the emotion or the connection that I feel like women enjoy. I don't feel like it should be like you putting people on a schedule. It's like, oh, well, I have a dating budget. Maybe I can squeeze you in for this budget. It just seems like, doesn't seem like genuine.
No, because if I think it's more genuine to be more upfront about it and tell people like what it is instead of being like, because would you rather him just lie and be like, nah, I can't do it that day? Because that's not.
No, I'm more saying the wording of it.
So it's not what he said, it's how he said it.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here? We setting up a business arrangement, or are we literally sitting here trying to get to know each other and find some kind of affection for each other?
But I mean, she is getting to know him by telling him his situation right now. I have a dating budget. This is what I can do.
Yeah, but she's like on a schedule. I'm
gonna say this right now.
It just seems like for those kinds of things to be that organized. I mean, I get it, but it's a way to say it. It's like,
I mean, I can relate because
dumb it down a little bit.
I can relate because I'm organized with my time, so he's just organized with his money, which I think is a good thing for any single guy dating out there. And my thing is time is very important. So, they have to schedule around my time and I have to schedule around their time too. If she had a money problem or she couldn't pay for whatever, or let's say she didn't have car fare to come or whatever, then you would accommodate for that, being a gentleman, like you said, and be like, hey, here's a car fare to get over here, you know. So that's my thing. I think he's just more on money management, just like I'm on time management.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Fair enough.
So she seen me on a particular national show. Ain't gonna say who, but she seen me on TV. She sends me a text message and she says, hey, just seen you on such and such. How are you? What about that date? I started typing and I really wasn't typing nothing. I just wanted her to see the ... And I didn't hit send. Because here's the thing, you can't play me and then
Pettiness.
That's petty. Nah,
Pettiness.
that was petty. I ain't gonna lie. Pettiness, but I like it. I don't care. I'm gonna be a
I'm more.
I
don't mind pettiness. I'm more of a high road type of person that kind of correlates. It's kind of petty what I do too, but it's more in a now, if you want to say professional way, like in a more like I would be like, I'm sorry, I'm not really available for that, and I think it was probably best that we stopped talking anyway, and and it's probably better for both of us. And stuff like that, and I feel like that would hurt. That would make them feel away more, because it's like you're just saying, they might just say, "Wow, this guy who is really he's really nice." Even in the ending, he's not boasting about it. He's not crapping on me. He just straight up like rejected me as like through and through, and I can't even be mad at him. Like. Because I feel like when you match pettiness, then the person's like, oh, well, F you, and then you like F you too, and they kind of be like, yeah, that dude was a jerk. But what if you could never say anything bad about him and he dubbed you? So I don't know. That's to me, that's...
Yeah, that was pettiness over 9,000.
Yeah.
I honestly think I'm gonna come back to you after you've done me like that. What's the whole purpose of this story? My vision for my life and for my money, because I stuck to it, it actually blocked me from dating a particular young lady that probably wasn't healthy for me. So to anyone who's out there dating, when you have a budget, you stick to that budget. Your plan is your pathway to your future. You stick to that plan. You stick to the vision. Where there is no vision, that's where people perish. And I believe when we just go out there and just spin and let people manipulate us into changing our plan and our vision for our life, things happen. I could have took it to the restaurant. Honestly, I could have took it that next weekend, but I didn't want to change my budget around, because at the end of the day, that's what I said I'm going to do. Yo, it's your boy Anthony O'Neal. Let me ask you.
And when you're being casual, it's not as proper. It's not as cut out like that. So it's like the same thing as saying, you wouldn't say, yo, what's up to your boss, but when you're in a casual setting, you say, hey, how's it going? I don't want to say dumb it down, but you word it better. You word it, you're more lucid with your wording, and you're more, so when you're coming with someone with hey, this is my budget, and this is that, and this, that, and the third, you're kind of taking out that element of emotion and stuff like that, and I think that girls enjoy that. Even though it's not necessary all the time, I just feel like a lot of the time when you're dating women, especially I guess, I'm assuming he was a little older, it's not that professional part about it. You're not dating an older woman, you know what I mean? You're dating a younger woman who wants to see that genuine liking of her.
Well, still... That's a freaking adult, so...
No, yeah, for sure, but it's casual. It's like a casual setting. It's like, I'm not going to talk to you like, hello, I'm not going to call you Mrs. Hey, Mrs. Edwards.
Here's what I think it got lost. I think it got lost because it was through text. And through text, a lot of stuff can get lost in, like, translation, because you can't really see... That's why I like to do FaceTime and talk with people on the phone, at least, because you can hear the tone in their voice or see certain facial expressions and stuff. So I think that maybe she wouldn't have took it the wrong way if it was like on FaceTime, or maybe she would have. And some people, they might be thinking a certain thing and they can't act a certain way.
But texting like, if you're gonna be professional,
that's the only thing I could say about his part. Maybe he could have
texting is not really that
called or thing.
Really professional. How professional can you be through text? I mean, to the point where it's like, if you're talking to this person and you want to lay out a plan for them, texting, you can't have any real emotion. Again, it goes back to the emotional element of it. I feel like At the end of the day, we can sit here and want what we want, and that's fine. But it depending on what type of girl you're talking to, it's like, how can you can't get them on board with something in such an arbitrary way, like we have at 8 o'clock on this day, I'm available for 2 hours of your time, and basically I can spend under this amount of money. You know what I mean? Like, you can say things better. There's better ways to word things, like, hey, you know, that's a little bit out of my budget. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to do that maybe next. But that would have came better through words. So like we just spoke about with text.
But he did say that he was okay with doing it next month.
Yeah.
So it's not like he just left it.
But and most honestly, in that case, and from hearing the story, she probably wasn't that good anyway. Like you said, it's a red flag anyway. But the thing is, you kind of come off like uppity, and like that's one of the things in casual settings where you don't want that. You know what I mean? You're strict to things that you don't to when you set rules about certain stuff. Hey, you know, I value this in this way. Don't take this away from me. You don't disrespect me. Those are the things you're strict about. But when you're trying to set up a plan of, oh, let me go and hang out with you and it's casual, let's have some fun. I'm not saying it's always going to be fun, but that's what draws the person. Then when you start saying, hey, we're going to take it seriously, okay, these are some of the things that I would do with someone, rather than I'm casually dating someone that I would consider my girlfriend, these are some of the things. And if you can see that in her through that, then that's a different story. But I've never been in a relationship where it wasn't like, it didn't feel like there was an emotional connection. And I feel like with text and being time-based and money, it's like you're being too...
I don't think people get their emotions in there that quickly anyway. So I think it's even too early for it to even be like that.
Yeah, but you know when you want to have sex with someone, you know when you want to be around them the first time. At least I don't think that's... If you can't figure that out the first time, or at the very maximum the second time, then what's the point in me sitting here telling you, hey, you know, even talking about anything as far as a relationship?
Well, you know, there are girls out there that use people for dinner dates nowadays, so...
Well, that's 1,000% true.
You gotta be careful now, so...
I seen that. I did see that.
The way you slammed it.
Was I wrong?
Not at all.
No. Nope.
Anthony's tone, I think tone's everything. Come on, man. Like, you gotta script it. If you're gonna write it in a text, if you're gonna respond in a text, you gotta script it in a way that someone could read your tone or not infer anything negative from your tone. So I was just thinking, like, dude.
Pause it. Here's the problem that I know a lot of you guys can relate to. And the problem with women, I know y'all gonna get mad at me, okay? But you gotta understand, guys are not mind readers, okay? If you feeling a type of way or whatever, when she got that text, she could have said something back if she really felt the type of way. I feel like you're using that as an excuse to justify her actions. That's how I feel. So, yeah, no, you're not mind readers.
Okay, you're not mind... When you say we're not mind readers, right? You put it in text. When you're being in a casual texting, even casual texting, right? You come off uppity, when you come off like it's a business exchange. Hey, you know, this is my times, this is my budgets, this is my this and that. And you're doing it in text, it's gonna come off coldly. Like I said, people want women want emotion because it has to be some kind of connection, because you have to end up trusting them. I'm not saying you gotta kiss any woman's, but
wait, you're not gonna go past that sound. What the fuck is that?
It's like a dolphin, but I can't do a dolphin sound because I'm not a dolphin, and I don't support SeaWorld. Anyway, Yeah. So if you come off coldly, I have, and this woman who you just said, hey, sometimes she has to pay for stuff. The only way she can pay stuff is she works. She doesn't want you to sound like her boss at work, giving her schedule. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it has to be. You can say things in a better way, and like she said, and I don't really think you can say it that great through text. But if you're gonna say that, I feel like you guys should have planned it like you could have voice noted it, you could have called, you could have said a lot of different things. And I think text no one wins with text because, like she just said in the video, it's no tone behind it, and I don't think you can create tone. So I don't agree with her with that part. But like I said, you're giving your time, and you're coming off like not casual. You're not being casual with it, and you're texting it, so it's like kind of off-putting already. So for me to have to explain that to you and you to not know that is kind of already a red flag on the woman's side. So
okay, let's continue.
All right, but she's ugly. The person talking is ugly.
What are you talking about, man? She's beautiful.
What are you doing? Like, come on. I respect that you stick to your budget. That's not the issue. Like, I really, like, that's great. That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm happy. I think the first thing I came to was, like, the phrasing.
Yeah.
Right?
The phrasing?
Yes.
Explain.
If we're still dating.
Explain.
Yeah,
If we're still dating.
Because
You don't know what was going on in her mind and why, like how she took
the
it.
dates weren't guaranteed.
I immediately think what went on in her mind.
Yeah.
If we still dating,
Yes.
possibly.
Yes. That's what I'm
Yeah.
So,
It's understood. I
That's
think
from
you
their
don't have to say
perspective.
it.
Why not?
Why?
what if
not?
she's sensitive?
You know,
It's funny that
this
they
one,
paid attention to that.
Yeah.
Thing, though. That was
Yeah.
very funny.
This is my biggest problem. When you're explaining something to anyone, in this case particularly women, they literally will hear whatever they hear, and after that tune out the rest.
Nothing.
And I'm like, the rest justifies what I just said.
Yeah.
So how could you just get stuck on that and then just leave it as that's the end all be all?
I feel you or not. It's like if I said, yo, I went to the store, bro, and I got a bag of chips, and then you come back to me and say, I felt like you went to the store and got a sandwich. Nigga, I just told you what I did. What the
I just
Yo, that's
no,
shit crazy.
not even that. You went to the store, got a bag of chips, right? And I said, you went to the store? You didn't. Wow, you went to the store, really? But I told you why I went to the store to get the fucking bag of chips. Oh gosh, I should have did the. Anyway, he'll beep it out, I'm sure. Oh,
You could curse.
It's a text message. You don't know how she took it.
Yeah, you can't
That's
tell
the
tone.
problem.
It was a text
Non-verbal.
message. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
You're not saying it. You're
That's the
texting.
answer right
Brother
there.
made
Y'all
a whole
shoulda talked
viral
about it.
video
He
without
called
knowing
her.
the girl's actual
she didn't answer.
intention.
She didn't hold on.
If there is one thing I want to bring up today, it is that situation where Anthony responded incorrectly to the woman who was not considered a part of his budget. I got some thoughts on that.
I mean, you said, here's what she was thinking.
Well,
In a
wait.
viral video, you have no idea what she was thinking.
That's right.
We will never know what she was thinking because she
'Cause he
didn't
won't
return
ask her.
She didn't return his calls either.
Yeah.
Well, when she hit him back,
you call her?
she could have
Did
said.
you call her?
I called her.
Yeah.
I didn't text her back again. Called her.
Yeah.
I didn't text her back again.
You didn't.
I just called her one time.
Did you leave a message?
Nope.
Oh, so after that text message, you've called her one
I
of
called
them.
her one time.
Oh, so he double texted.
Yeah.
Oh, you did your due diligence.
Come on.
In a way.
Let's
One
go.
time.
And she just didn't answer and
She didn't
just
answer.
responded.
Well, what was she going on in her life? Like after y'all talked,
I don't
was she
know.
going through something?
I don't know.
He don't know. She didn't answer.
I wish I could hear her side of it.
I wish I could hear her side.
I really.
Call her right now. This is great.
why would you want to hear her side of the story?
She closed it. She
She
closed it off.
disconnected the
Yeah.
chat. That's
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Who cares what she was? Why did you know this?
If I text you and I call you, because I would have honestly, I would have did the exact same thing.
But you can already hear the subjectivity in their tone, because they're already looking for a way to, for the woman to get out of this one unscathed.
Yeah.
And my thing is, you can't not call, because then how can you expect anyone to care when you didn't care to offer this information? And this goes back to when you tell a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you look back on the story, any information that was not given inside the story is completely useless.
I feel like you're acting like a lawyer now. I feel like you would be a really good like attorney or something. It's like, no, this isn't useful. It wasn't in the evidence.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if that's the case, I can add, oh, I dropped my phone in the water, and it doesn't matter.
You got a good point. You got a good point.
I can just start adding whatever I want. I could say, oh, you know, I went to the military. The military just busted into my house, and like you can just start making a bunch of things up.
All right.
That move when she went like this, you can tell she's not the type of woman you want to be with. I'm gonna tell you this right now, that this right here, when you go like this, is like she's not used to being in an argument. She's doing mannerisms that already feel like dismissive, and it also feels like she's trying to tell you, oh, you're making me uncomfortable, I have to calm myself. In reality, this is a debate of complete subjectivity. So why do you feel away? You're gonna say your opinions, and this is the same person that she said an incorrect response.
Mm-hmm.
In subjectivity, how could it be incorrect? It's subjective.
I feel like she's being defensive because she's done the same thing before.
Of course, she's
I'm sure all of them in their panel have done something similar before.
Right, but she's giving off the tone like, why would you even want to talk? I wouldn't even want to talk to someone like that, because it's like you're already giving off giving off eye rolls, this and all of that. Like
she had to take her face off. That's the action I guess. She just took her face off.
Yeah, she needs to. It's ugly.
Why couldn't y'all come into terms of doing half and half on the second date?
Why
did he have to pay for the second date?
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to.
Exactly.
But they didn't get to communicate. The issue that there was no communication, and then it was via text, so it could be interpreted in so many different ways.
Y'all know how we saw that? If you come out here and tell me I want to go to this particular restaurant, why?
Yeah, that was a move.
It was a
test.
That shit is a red flag.
Big red flag.
Big red flag. For advice for the ladies, whenever you're going out with anybody, you can suggest a place, or you can suggest, hey, not even a place. Don't suggest no fucking place. You can suggest, hey, I like doing this. Let's say I like going, being outdoors.
Hey,
or
let's
maybe
do an
I like to eat.
Hey, let's get something, some seafood to eat. Let's go get this. Let's go for an activity.
Yeah.
Let's there's a lot of great places around here, or let's go do this. Leave it open and leave it. Don't be so specific, because it's like, hey, let me check this off my list. This nigga gonna be the one to check it off my list. So it's like kind of like already.
It's
like,
very sus. Ladies, don't do
I am not helping you complete anything off your bucket list. The first couple times we date.
It's like when you ever seen those memes with the girls and they be like, oh, yeah, everything's alright, but I don't know how I'm gonna pay this extra $40 for this, right? It just sounds mad sus.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not even her intention, but that's just how it sounds to us.
And if you're talking about, hey, let's go here, it sounds like you're ready to pay for it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's what I was saying. If you're suggesting a place, I'm thinking, okay, you go and pay for it.
That's sick.
So.
And again, ugh.
It was definitely a true test.
I hear you, Judah. I can't say I've done it. Like, I think that's really bold.
That's really bold.
Real bold. Like, if you was like, man, I was watching Food Network and they had this burger over at the pharmacy that I really want to try. I can get down with a burger, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Throw a burger out there.
But also,
give me a
remember,
restaurant.
he never said no. He didn't say he wouldn't take her. It just wasn't going to be happening next week.
We're not saying he's wrong.
Right.
We're not saying he's wrong. It's just the verbiage and the fact that it was communicated via text, so it just leaves everything open to a whole bunch of stuff.
If we keep dating, feels like, hey, if you stick her, like...
Guess you are saying he's wrong.
The big one in the pink dress, she specifically said, he said the incorrect thing. So you did say he was wrong.
You're saying he's wrong. What are you talking about?
And my thing is, again, in these kind of talks, there's no right or wrong answer. No. It's what you think it was have been the right thing to do. Again,
what you're perceived from it. Yeah.
subjective,
Everyone's perception
something
is
that
different.
can be contested because it's not in it. The facts are there. At the end of the day, no one was right or wrong, though. It was simply this person did this person did that, and that's why it led to this. But what do you think about that? But of course you used incorrect, and now all of a sudden nobody said you're wrong. Of course.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna see this back, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I did say that."
Almost like you have to earn that.
Yeah, like if I
It's kind of
choose
how
you,
I
boo.
heard it.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We don't know what she thought.
What says that she doesn't have to earn that right?
I want to think before I answer.
Because if you're saying that she doesn't, it's basically saying she's entitled to that date, when not necessarily true.
That's not what she's saying. Well, I don't think that's what you're saying.
What is she saying?
I think what we're all trying to say.
Who's we all? Y'all?
The females. And y'all can check me if I'm wrong. It's just the fact that even though we know that, okay, it's if we even get to this next point, you don't gotta say it like that. It's just, it can come off very strong.
Say it.
We're women. We're not
say it, because what we're not gonna do is make assumptions. I'm not gonna assume that you know that if we're still dating by next month. I'm not gonna make that assumption.
I'm the type of person where I love to look at both sides of a coin. Like, hey, what did I do wrong in this situation? If there was miscommunication, what did I do wrong? And, okay, maybe I said something that made them do, like, so this basically gave it an opportunity for...
But how's he supposed to know that he's wrong if the girl just ghosted him? That's the thing.
Well,
that's why I say if somebody, if from the lady's argument, let's say she did feel a type of way, how is he supposed to know that, and how is he supposed to even respond to that if she just left it on red?
Because that's not the first woman he's been with. I think I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
You know how women work, and this is the thing with men. We don't do that. Oh well, everyone is different thing. We know how women work.
Because that right there, just being like, hey, I want to go to this specific place. That's a red flag. I'm not taking you.
Well,
I'm gonna be like, she fucked up first, in my opinion.
Here's the thing.
But first, last, second, third.
There's definitely no debate about this situation, because at the end of the day, she hit him up 2 months later after she found out he was on TV.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We didn't even talk about that shit.
I mean, that's just confirming the red flag.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you might have a girl that sees that and is like, oh, okay, so I'm just probably another person. He probably scheduled like 3 people. You know what I mean? Like, so girls like to feel like you're giving them your time. There are women that like the competition about it, but if you're talking about in a dating scene specifically,
nah, we're adults. People are busy. You have to schedule times.
No, you schedule times, but it's a way to do it. It's not. Yeah. It's not as cold. It's like, hey, how you doing?
There's nothing cold about it.
Come on.
I don't think there's nothing cold about it.
You can schedule me.
You know what he did?
This time.
No. You know what he did say wrong, and the girls didn't notice it. I didn't notice. He said, "If we're still dating." I would have never said that shit.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
That right there.
Hey, if we're still dating, if everything is still going good, and we still go on dates, then yes, that could be in the cards, because then we would, I would, plan that out and budget it out better. But but I'm saying,
nobody's perfect.
Interpretation. I feel like interpretation is the biggest problem that's right now. If we're still dating, you can't be that insecure. You should be so secure that you're like, yeah, we'll be dating, so by then we should be going to that. And a lot of the time you're like, if we're still dating, what, you don't want to be with me? And it's like, get over yourself. Yeah. Just be confident of, and all this liberation and women empowerment and confidence, use it in a relationship with a man in a way that it's like, you know what, I might not have him right now, but I know I'm going to get him, because I'm going to show him that I'm the type of woman that should be sought for. Yeah. But no, you want it to be given to you, and then you want to prove it and show. No, you don't go, and this goes back, I know this is a little bit off topic, but this goes back to a woman told me, oh, I'll act like a wife when he put a ring on it. I told her, when you become a doctor, right, do you start doing doctor things after you become a doctor, or before you are? Do you work your way to then become a doctor? And that stumped her. She couldn't say anything. She was quiet, because people forget, you have to be like something, work like something, do the things that thing is to become it. Anything you do in life, you have to, is a training. You have to train to do it. You have to constantly do it. You have to make it a habit. You have to get better at it, and then you will become it. If not, you'll be another dropout, and you'll be in this case with relationships, you'll always run into the same problem. Now, what this woman did was she played the game.
Yeah.
She said, "Okay, this guy is a clown. He's trying to." In my opinion, this is what she felt. Oh, he's scheduling all this stuff like he's all professional and he don't even got no money. I know that's what she was thinking. Then she saw him on TV. She said, oh, he is like that. Maybe then when women realize you have money, they're willing to compromise a lot more because they're like, oh, well, maybe he does have his stuff put together. And that's their way of saying, oh, maybe he can take care of me. And they won't say that, but it's clear as day. Why would you, after you see him on TV?
Yeah, that was too.
That
was too obvious. Like
it's like,
come on.
It's so she's.
I say he dodged the bullet.
I say he dodged the bullet, but I don't think that. I think he's been in the dating scene long enough to know that a lot of certain most women don't work like that.
But I think that's a perfect way, just being straight and direct, to filter some of those people out in the first place.
Yeah, but you have very little success, and if you do have success, you're probably talking about a business-oriented woman already that probably can't even give you the time of the...
That's not true. Because everybody's busy, whether they have a career or whatever job or something. You have to schedule around people's
That's true,
time.
But it's the way you do it. You say, hey, look, I'm a very busy person, but like when I have the time off, like I definitely would love to see you. You can text that. I would definitely would love to see you maybe Friday if it's possible. Well, I got work every day of the week till only Friday. Probably around 4 or 5. After that, then you could probably have time.
Especially through text, I don't think it makes a difference, but it's always up to interpretation. But actually, we're gonna leave the video at that. You guys, if you're gonna watch the whole video, I put a link to it in the description. There's tons of video on the channel too. You should go and support that channel and watch some of their content. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
And share too.
Yeah, and share. Yeah,
why not?
Nigga, do something. Shit, nigga.
Share, do something.
One thing.
And don't like it. You can even dislike it.
Yeah,
because a reaction is a reaction.
Yeah, I need something. Like, come on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We ain't out here robbing, killing, stealing.
He wore a pink shirt for y'all. Like, come on. Like, you can't get any more. Like, come on. Y'all know what it is.
With a flower on my head.
With a flower.
So, yeah.
Alright, deadass. I gotta do something. Deadass. I'm ending the video, but I'm deadass, my nigga. For real.
The pieces and patches I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid. Pick up the pieces and patches I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid.